What's up with y'all boys and girls, man? Hey, it's Jay Briggs here continuing to cook up this NBA action, man. Y'all know we do her on the jam session. We cook up every single game, every single day, man. Money making Monday, new week, new goals, new opportunities, man. I'm glad it's a new week. Get last week the fuck out of here, bro. From a fan perspective, not a betting perspective, it was a profitable week for us betting last week overall, everything combined. But from a fan perspective, I just came off the worst week of my life. My Mavs traded away my favorite player, the Don, Luka Doncic. My favorite football team, the Dallas Cowboys. Our division rival just won the second Super Bowl in my lifetime, been to their fourth Super Bowl, while my team has been to zero. I had a huge plus money ticket on the Kansas City Chiefs that unfortunately did not come to fruition yesterday. It's been a rough week, man, from a fan perspective. But, you know, it is what it is, man. Looking to bounce back. And like I said, new week, new goals, new opportunities, man. We got a really solid NBA card today. I'm just looking to let you guys know my thoughts and hopefully we come out green on the other side, ladies and gentlemen. So let's start a run, man. Let's start a run starting right now. Bouncing back for us on Monday. We did drop our NBA player of the day yesterday with the Houston Rockets. They won the game. They were down most of it. They didn't cut it on until late and won the game. Failed to cover, though. Was what it was. Be what it be, man. Bounce back today. First game on the board. We got the Cleveland Cavaliers laying 9.5 points on the Minnesota Timberwolves. Total 229.5. Hey, I'm leaning towards the Minnesota Timberwolves plus the points in this one. Not a game I'm overly in love with. Fading Cleveland is not fun. Minnesota is the house of disappointment, but that's mainly at home. Minnesota, we hate betting them at home, man. Hate doing that. But would you believe me if I told you that the Minnesota Timberwolves are the best away underdog in the league? They've only been underdogs on the road in 8 games this season, and they're 6-2 in those games, covering in 75% of them. They've been a much better ATS team overall on the road this season as well. The injury report is ugly. Anthony Edwards is game time decision. So is Mike Conley, and Julius Randle is still out. But I don't think Cleveland's 9.5 points better than Minnesota. And with how well Minnesota's played on the road this season, I want the points in my back pocket. Again, not a game I'm overly in love with. Of course, I want to see what's up with Anthony Edwards. Hopefully he plays in this game. If he plays, I'll put a couple bucks on Minnesota. We keep it rolling. We head over to Orlando where the Magic are 5.5 point home favorites over the Atlanta Hawks. Total 221 in this one. Keep an eye on the injury report in this game. That's going to be a common theme I'm going to be saying throughout the episode today. Keep an eye on the injury report. We're at that time of the NBA season, man. Y'all know how it be. Jalen Suggs, game time decision for the Magic today. Trae Young, also game time decision for the Hawks. Hawks have won 3 of their last 4 wins over Detroit, Milwaukee, and Washington. The Orlando Magic, they've won 2 of their last 3. We had them as our play of the day on Saturday. We laid the 1.5. They won the game by 1. That's how it's been betting Orlando here recently. Of course, I want to see how this injury report breaks down, but ultimately, I'm on the Magic, man. When they're favorites at home over the last couple seasons, man, they've still been covering at over a 65% clip. We trust Orlando in Orlando, man. They're just coming off the extended road trip. They finally had the game underneath their belt at home against San Antonio. They looked solid in that game. Tonight, I think they're about to return back to the Orlando Magic we have come to know and love over the last 2 seasons. We love fading the Hawks. We've been doing that over the last 2 seasons. We love betting Orlando. We've been doing over the last 2 seasons. Perfect storm where they come together. Give me Orlando in Orlando. We keep it rolling. We head over to Washington, where the Wizards, 11.5 home dogs with the San Antonio Spurs rolling in. I'm continuing to fade San Antonio right now. This is an overrated and overvalued team. This is still a losing basketball team. Their record is 22-28, and it's not like they've been lighting the boards up on the ATS spectrum either, as you see on your screen. I understand that they're going to be better now acquiring De'Aaron Fox than they were before him, but that still doesn't mean that we just jump out there and lay these style numbers with this team. They still have yet to be home since acquiring De'Aaron Fox. They've been making all these quick fly adjustments and things of that nature on the road. Washington is playing their best basketball of the season. Washington is not as bad from an ATS perspective as you may think. They are the worst team in the NBA, but you can bet them in certain games and make a pretty penny. And I think this is just another one of those, man. I don't trust San Antonio right now laying this many points, not even on the worst team in the league. Um, San Antonio feels overrated and overvalued. I'm going to grab the points with the Washington Wizards. I think they keep some of the momentum they found here recently rolling. Next game up, we head over to Charlotte, where the Hornets. We head over to Brooklyn, where the Charlotte Hornets are 4.5-point home dogs, with Brooklyn laying 4.5 here in this one. One of my least favorite games on the board, but I will lean towards the Charlotte Hornets plus the points or outright money line. Brooklyn, their injury report is still concerning. Cam Thomas out, D'Angelo Russell game time decision, Bojan Bogdanovic is out. For the Hornets, LaMelo Ball game time decision. I want to know what's up with him. LaMelo plays. I think the Hornets have a legitimate chance to win this game outright. He doesn't. I'm going to leave the game alone in its entirety. I don't trust Brooklyn from an ATS perspective at home. They're not as bad overall. You've actually made some slight money with Brooklyn this season overall, but at home, overall this season, this team is 9-15 ATS. You're asking for it. Laying points with Brooklyn at home is kind of how I feel in this game. Small lean on the Charlotte Hornets plus the points and outright money line. Really kind of contingent on LaMelo status in this game, though. Currently, game time decision. We keep it rolling, man. We head over to Miami, where the Heat are 4.5-point home dogs with the Boston Celtics rolling in. Boston laying 4.5 here in this one. Boston's injury report is ugly. It's really concerning. Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum were not at shoot-around this morning, so currently game time decision. Looking like they're trending towards being out, though. The line has come down from where it was this morning. It was like 6.5, 7. Now come down to 4.5. Drew Holiday still out for Boston as well, so missing, 3 of their top 5 guys. Already is Boston looking like in this game. They're coming off a win. We know how terrible Boston's been following a win this season. They've only covered in like 7 games this season following a win, covering in less than 20% of games this season following a win. Miami always plays Boston extremely tough. Miami now has that dark cloud of Jimmy Butler off of them, so kind of expecting them to go back to that gritty, hard-nosed, defensive, up-in-your-face, never back down to nobody, heat culture style team. So like the spot for Miami here. It's a bounce-back game at home following that ugly loss to Brooklyn, 102-86. That also happens to be a revenge game. They lost to Boston 108-89 back on the 2nd of December. So, bringing everything together, it's a bounce-back game at home that also happens to be a revenge game, fading the Boston Celtics following a loss in a game where the Boston Celtics are tremendously banged up, missing 3 of their top guys. Feel me? Let's not overcomplicate this one. Give me Miami plus the points, maybe even an outright attack on the money line. We got the Golden State Warriors laying 6.5 points on the Milwaukee Bucks. Another injury-riddled game, man. So I kind of tried to wait a little bit, see if any of this news broke, but at the current time of recording, a lot of it still hasn't broke yet. We got the Bucks, man. Giannis is out for this one, but Stephen Curry, his game time decision. I want to know what's up with Curry. Him and Jimmy look good in that last game, and if Curry's on the floor tonight, I'm on the Warriors. But even if he's not on the floor tonight, I think Jimmy, who has his joy back, we saw that was the problem in Miami. I think he just rallies the troops today, beats up on Milwaukee in Milwaukee. It's kind of my thoughts here in this one. Milwaukee been free-falling, losers are 4 of their last 5. This is typical Milwaukee, man. We've discussed this over the last few seasons. They have a below-average head coach. Damian Lillard isn't the player he used to be. Giannis is out in this one. I'm not liking the vibes in Milwaukee land right now, and I want to continue to fade them. Give me the Warriors with or without Curry, but of course I would much rather Curry be in the game. We keep it rolling, man. We head over to Oklahoma City, where the Thunder Buddies are laying 15.5 points on the New Orleans Pelicans. Total 235.5. Lay it here with confidence on the Oklahoma City Thunder Buddies. We've been fading New Orleans pretty much blindly majority of the season. The Thunder Buddies are our favorite money-making team. Thunder Buddies take teams behind the woodshed at home all the time, and I think this is just another spot where they do exactly that. Thunder play great in-your-face defense, suffocate you, where you can't score the basketball like you can in other games against teams who don't suffocate you in that manner on a night-to-night basis. And then the Thunder come and they just take what's given to them. They take their mid-range, they take their layups, they hit their threes, and you look up and they're up 17-18. It's just a matter of do they pull their guys late in this one, kind of like they did against the Raptors, and let the New Orleans Pelicans kind of sneaking the back door. That's the only concern in this game. Not all that worried about it, though. I think they kicked the crap out of the Pelicans. Let's just stick to what we know, and that's the Thunder. Be balling out and be cashing for us all the time. Thunder buddies for life. We'll lay the points here in this one. Next up, we got the team from Dallas, in Dallas, laying 1.5 points on the Sacramento Kings. Kings won the last meeting, 110-100 in Sacktown on the 30th of December. Kings following a win in this one. They beat New Orleans 123-118 here in last game. This is my absolute least favorite game of the night. I'm not betting this thing. Sacramento, we know how bad they are from an ATS perspective. You see on your screen, one of the worst in the league. Dallas, I'm just being honest with y'all. I can't, with good conscience, put money on this team, bro. I'm so far done with this team. I can't. You traded away our franchise superstar, bro. 25 years old, same age as I am, man. He came in the league at 17, bro. We've grown with him. We loved him. And y'all traded him away with concerns being about injuries and conditioning. But you traded him away for a guy who's older than him, who has more, if not the same, injury concerns and conditioning concerns. In his first game he went out there and played, he's now out for over a month. This was the worst trade in NBA history, y'all. I'm sorry. So I am emotionally distraught when I think about this Dallas Mavericks team. Shout out the players on the floor. This has nothing to do with none of the players, but coach, GM, ownership, and based on their statements coming out over the last week on all of this, they are completely tone deaf. They've alienated their franchise. They've alienated almost half of their fan base. This is not a team that I want to be putting money on right now with all the extracurricular things going on. So it's like, it's enough to navigate the things going on the floor. It's enough to try to navigate trading away, making one of the worst trades in not only NBA history, but in all of sports history. You feel me? So they're going to be dealing with that weight and that pressure for a while. And I just don't know unless I have a clear, and I'm talking about clear and concise reason to bet them. I'm just not interested in doing so. So y'all can call me emotional. Y'all can say, Jay, get over it. Y'all can say whatever y'all want to say. But ultimately, I'm just telling you what it is, what it ain't, and what it's going to be moving forward. Unless I have a clear, concise reason to bet that team from Dallas, I'm not going to do so. So it's just what it is and what it ain't. Tonight, I don't have a clear, concise reason to fade them with Sacramento. So I'm just going to leave the game alone. That's what I'm doing. We keep it rolling. We head to Denver, where the Chicken Nuggets are laying 9.5 points on the Portland Trail Blazers. Man, we've been cashing like nobody's business on them Portland Trail Blazers, man. Shout out them Portland Trail Blazers, man. Them boys did lose their last game, though, to the Minnesota Timberwolves. A game they were in it for the entire game and then outright died in the fourth quarter. And I think the Linsanity run that the Portland Trail Blazers were on is over. I think the Denver Chicken Nuggets beat up on them in this spot. For Denver, this is a revenge game at home, man. The Blazers beat the Nuggets 126-124 back on the 19th of December in Portland. The Nuggets, they've woken back up, man. They've returned back to the Nuggets we know and love. This is another game where I say, keep an eye on the injury report, man. Everybody on the injury report in this one. Aaron Gordon, game-time decision. Jamal Murray, game-time decision. Michael Porter Jr., game-time decision. Russell Westbrook still out. For the Blazers, Robert Williams, game-time decision. Jeremy Grant, game-time decision. So this is a game you got to keep an eye on the injury report. Regardless, though, revenge game at home for the Nuggets. They've returned back to the Nuggets who we've come to know and love. Y'all know what the saying is. The Nuggets go stupid, dummy, crazy at home, at the crib. And I think the Portland Trail Blazers' Linsanity run is over. We'll be able to bet them in certain spots at home, but I still think on the road, going up against the better teams in the league, they get beat more often than not. And tonight, I think is a spot where they get flooded, kind of like they did late in that game against Minnesota in the last one they played. Last and final game of the night, man. We got my favorite team, the Los Angeles Lake Show Lakers, laying 12.5 points on the Utah Jazz. Total 234.5. Tonight's the night, man. Tonight's the night where my favorite player of all time, the greatest player ever to touch a basketball in LeBron James, meets up with, I would say now, my new favorite player. Probably going to be probably even will surpass LeBron at a certain point, if he hasn't already, in my heart. And Luka, the Don, Doncic, they play together tonight on the same floor, man. And I think they absolutely take the Jazz behind the woodshed. I think this is going to be one of them, man. This one is almost storybook. You kind of just write this one in. I think the best play today on the entire board, if you want huge plus money today, you have to take a shot on this. You have to take a shot on this. LeBron James and Luka Doncic both to record a triple-double in this game tonight. It's like plus 8,600. You might get better odds depending on your book. Would it shock you if that happened? Would it? These are two of the guys that have had two of the most triple-doubles in NBA history. They have no center right now currently. Their center is Jackson Hayes, who's more like a 4. So you know they're going to be, get out of the way. Give me that rebound. Get out of the way. Give me that rebound. So I'm not worried about the rebounding aspect of the triple-double. And then they're going to have the ball in there. These two are the two that's going to have the ball in their hands. So they either scoring it or dishing it. And I think we're going to see a lot of isolation basketball, a lot of high screen, a lot of high roll. And in those situations, a lot of easy lobs at the rim, a lot of kickouts to open guys. I see a scenario where they both come out here tripping tonight with a triple-double in a blowout of the Utah Jazz. And then we're all like, oh, my God, start of a new era. What the fuck is going on? The Dallas Mavericks are the most dumbest franchise I've ever seen in any sport history. This is the dumbest trade to ever happen. We probably should have rescinded this. It doesn't even make sense no matter how you slice it. I think it's how this plays out, fam. I think it's how this plays out. I'm on the Lakers. I'm laying the points in this one. I like Luka Doncic and LeBron both to record a triple-double. Parlay them together. It's like plus 8,600. You could probably get it to like plus 9,000. So, you know, that's what I like, man. $100 to make 9,000. Come on, man. And would you be surprised if LeBron and Luka did it? No, you wouldn't. So, that's what I got for y'all tonight, man. I appreciate each and every one of y'all that continue to tune in and watch this video. Money Making Monday, man. New week, new goals, new opportunities. The worst week as a sports fan is finally over for me, man. I can't believe the Eagles won the Super Bowl. Super frustrating. I can't believe I lost my Chiefs futures ticket. But most of all, I can't believe Luka Doncic is no longer on my Dallas Mavericks or on the Dallas Mavericks. Fuck the Dallas Mavericks. My new team is the Los Angeles Lakers, man. Tonight's the debut of the Don and LeBron. And I think it's going to be magical. If you believe in me, bet like it. Just scoop up my plays over at Pickdawgz Premium. Let's do what we do, man. We should kick the crap out of the books. Appreciate y'all more than y'all know. I'll be back tomorrow. We got small card tomorrow. So I'll be back tomorrow. I might post tonight. Be on the lookout for that. But I'm out of here, man. Appreciate y'all. Peace.